to your right when your name's called.
David Abrams, Casey Barker, Jeanette Boyd, Jonathan Carter, and Jonathan Collins.
David Abrams is
Yes, sir.
here. 2021-97, and your ODP, and I did get a report from them, so let me check.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
It says that you are compliant.
Yes.
What you need to do with them.
Your Honor, from my, he was a community service Saturday also.
Okay, very good. Can you pay anything on your funds?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Have you done it today, or?
Well, I have to wait till we're about
Okay, how much are you gonna pay?
40.
Okay. That's good. Let me give you a new date.
You know, Your Honor, 13 months ago today is the day you sent me to recovery. So,
And been clean for that?
yep. Yes, sir.
Period of time. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a good record. Keep it up.
For sure. Definitely a better life.
Good. All right, I'm going to set your next hearing, or Mondays or Fridays better for you? Today?
Mondays is fine.
Mondays, March the 20th. Okay, Mr. Abrams, good job.
Thanks, sir. Have a good day.
You too. Casey Barker is here.
Yep.
21-614. 12, we got some really old ones. 12, 29-15. 11-849. And 11-349. How are things going with you, Mr. Barker?
They're going good.
Are you working? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm working. I work at PCM right up the road here.
Okay. Can you pay anything on your fines today?
Yeah, I got $20 on me.
I'll set you for March 20th also.
All right. Thank you.
Go see the clerk. Jeanette Boyd, 2482. You got a couple days community service left to do and fines to pay.
Your Honor, I believe her community service is done. She turned 2 days into that.
Okay, that'll finish her up. Can you pay anything on your fines?
Yeah, as soon as my check loads here in a little bit.
Okay, how much will you pay?
50.
Okay, I'll put you down for that. And your March 20th also. Jonathan Carter,
Yes, sir.
192435. Just have to finish up your fines.
Yes, sir.
You have a payment today?
I had one on Friday. I'll make them on Fridays when I get paid. I'll do it online.
Okay, 25. Do you be better for your hearings to be on Friday?
Yes, if you don't care.
March 24th.
Okay.
When you finish paying this off, you can quit coming to these hearings.
I know.
Okay,
Thanks, sir.
you're welcome. Jonathan Collins, 2406.
Your Honor, if I may, he was there Saturday also.
Okay, very good. And his is going toward his fines now.
His, I believe the only thing he owes is $12.97.
Okay. All right, so
And I'm
you should
paying
get
that
that
today.
finished today?
Yep.
All right, pay it off and you're completed. I won't even give you another hearing date. Trust, you can pay the $12.97, see the
All right.
clerk.
Thank you.
James C. Elkins, James Becker Fortney, William Gullett, Joshua Clyburn, Torrey Baker Jr., Joseph Smith.
James Elkins is
Yes,
here, 21805. Okay, you brought a report with you, and they had texted me also about your report.
yes.
Okay, excellent report. It says you were recognized twice for service toward your peers and awarded for peer mentorship by a street team, so that's really great.
Yes.
Thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
Okay, and otherwise, you've got some community service and
Yeah.
bonds to pay.
Yeah. As soon as I get to sober living, I'll do the community service, and I have 20 I can pay today.
All right. March 20th will be your next hearing.
No.
9 a.m. March 20th. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. James Fortney. 2667. James Fortney is not here, and he hasn't done anything on his case, so he gets some warrant for failure to appear. William Gall.
Your Honor, if I may, Mr. Gallup was ordered on January 13th to have some community service done for his next hearing, and has not showed up.
Okay, do you have an explanation, Mr. Gall?
No, I'm just, I'm in sober living right now, and I can come Wednesday and probably Thursday of this week.
Okay, do you have a report from Riverside? It says you are making progress. Is there any reason he can't come out and do community services?
No, like I said, I can come out Wednesday and probably Thursday of this week.
I'll give you a chance to do that then. So, we'll see you Wednesday and Thursday, which is the 15th and 16th. So, Mr.
Hang on, hang on with me, because I got a doctor's appointment on Wednesday. It's at 10
What time's
o'clock,
your
so
doctor's
it'd be
appointment?
Thursday and Friday I can come down.
And use him on Friday?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, March 20th will be your next hearing.
March 20th?
Yes, sir, 9 a.m.
Okay.
Keep up what you're doing with your counseling.
Okay, thank you.
Josh Kleiber is not here. He's not finished, so he gets an order for failure here. Troy Baker's not here, that surprises me. He's got 7 days to show up. Is he at Riverside? Troy Baker, do you have?
No, he was discharged
Okay.
for non-compliance.
Oh, well, that's not good. Okay, so there will be a warrant for Tory Baker for failure to appear. Joseph Smith is here, 21749. And 212579. Community service is all done. Just have to pay off your fines and court costs. Now, he said, you are at Riverside. is
Yes,
that
sir.
right? Okay, do you have a report for him?
Who is it?
Joseph Smith.
Okay. Apologies. Sorry about that.
So you're still having bad screens, but you're coming to your appointments like you're supposed to. What's up with that?
I don't know. Last time I called 30.
I didn't understand.
He said I caught it dirty last week. I don't know how I did it, but
Well, let's do one here at this,
yes.
we'll do one here at the court and see what it shows. So compare it to what you did at Riverside. So we'll recall you after you do your screen. Okay, that finished up the reviews. If you think you should have had a review today, if you missed one previously, you're going to get called with the next group. If you thought you were on the docket today, go to the clerk's office and let them know, and they'll check it. The next hearings are called the arraignment hearing, and that is for new cases or if you missed a hearing previously on an old case. When your name's called, come to the table to your right and stand there, and I'll go over the charges with you. If you enter a plea of guilty or no contest, when you do that, you're waiving your rights as a defendant. You should not do that unless you fully understand the significance of entering those pleas. You have a right to remain silent. You're not required to make any statements. If you do make statements, what you say is all on the record. So if you admit something that's bad for your case, the state can use it against you. You have a right to have an attorney, to have an attorney appointed if you can't afford one, to have bail, and to make the state prove any charge beyond a reasonable doubt. Those are all the rights you're giving up if you enter a guilty or no contest plea. So don't enter those pleas lightly. You should fully understand what's happening before you enter one of those pleas. Don't enter a guilty or no contest plea to get it over with. That's what people say. I just want to get it over with. That's not a good reason to enter one of those pleas. Call the first case.
State of Ohio versus Austin May, case number CRB 2389.
And sir, you're Austin May.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you've got a Division of Wildlife charge. It alleges that in Mason Township, you were hunting on the lands of another person without purchasing a valid 2022 residential annual hunting license, and that this happened November 28th of last year at 9 a.m. That's a 4th degree misdemeanor, carries a maximum penalty of 30 days in jail and a $250 fine. Do you understand the charge?
I understand, but I plead not guilty.
You want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have a job?
No,
You have no income?
no.
Okay. Mr. Steiner? You'll have to fill out a financial affidavit that verifies your income, but we'll get you a lawyer in the courtroom and introduce you. Mr. Steiner, this is Austin May. He's charged with a 4th degree misdemeanor hunting violation. You're not going to plead for him. He can sign a $1,000 signature bond.
He's gonna help you out with that.
And we'll have to set it pretty quickly unless you want to enter a time waiver since it's a 4th degree misdemeanor.
I'm here the 17th and the 21st, Your Honor. And the 27th.
The 21st should be good. That's Tuesday.
Okay.
Next Tuesday, February 21st. That'll be a pretrial at 10 a.m.
I'm going to get your file and come out and talk to you. If you just wait for me in the lobby for a few minutes, I appreciate it.
State of Ohio versus Gregory May, case number CRB 2390.
Okay, this is also a Division of Wildlife charge. You're Gregory May.
Yes, sir.
Mr. May, states alleging on November 28th at 9 a.m. in Mason Township, you were hunting on the lands of another person without having a valid deer permit for the 2022 season. That's a fourth-degree misdemeanor offense. The maximum penalty is 30 days in jail, $250 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Mm-hmm.
You understand your rights? Do you, what plea do you wish to enter to the charge?
Not guilty.
I'm sorry.
Not guilty.
Do you want a lawyer appointed?
Yes, sir.
Are you working?
No.
Appoint Mr. Stratton.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. This is Gregory May.
Hello, Mr. May.
Fourth-degree misdemeanor hunting charge, and he has a co-defendant, which I set for February 21st. Are you available then?
Yes. Yeah.
February 21st will be the pretrial at 10 a.m., and he can sign a $1,000 signature bond.
Okay. All righty. All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Cody J.W. Meade, case number TRC 23-152, A, B, and C. Cody Meade. Did not check in, Your Honor.
Okay, Cody Meade was cited to be here today at 9 a.m. by the State Highway Patrol. He's not appeared. So there'll be a capias for his arrest issued to the OSP.
State of Ohio versus Michael Ross, case number TRC 22-2019, A and B.
Okay, you're Michael Ross.
That's correct.
All right, Mr. Ross, it's alleged you missed a review hearing on January the 9th of this year on an OVI conviction. Do you admit or deny that?
Yes, Your Honor. I got the dates confused.
Okay. So I'm looking at your file, it looks like you did complete your community service, your order to do, you've done an extra toward your fine, and you paid some toward your fine. And you also did the 3-day school.
Yes, Your Honor.
You completed that in December. Okay, so all you got left to do is pay off the balance on your fines, which doesn't look like it's too much at this point.
No, I paid $600 a day. I thought actually that would cover it, but I was wrong on that as well.
Yeah, it's pretty close, but it looks like there'll be a small balance. Okay, since you've done just about everything, I won't impose any additional penalty, and I'll cancel the warrant, and I'll give you some more time to finish up. I'll set it for April the 7th as your next review hearing. It gives you plenty of time to finish it. If you've paid it off by then, you don't have to come back.
That'll get done.
So April the 9th will be your next review hearing, 9 a.m. Any questions, sir?
No, Your Honor.
Excuse me, Your Honor, meet April the 7th?
Okay, that's April.
You said not, yes.
Okay, it's April 7th. I'm sorry, yeah, April 7th is Friday. The 9th is a Sunday, so sorry, April 7th.
Okay.
That's all.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Veronica M. Wise, case number TRC 21-3539, A, B, and C.
That's just to where I paid off my fines today.
All right, so this had been set on February 6th. She has paid off the fines.
My dad had a surgery. He had a mass removed off the side of his head. He's here with me. So I was not able to make my last court hearing. And I have an appointment on February 21st to see with Pathways.
Okay, well, I want you to do a screen today, because one of the things I ordered you to do last time was come back with a clean screen, so I want to see a screen today, so. go-
Okay.
Mr. Cooper will show you where to go get screened,
Oh,
and then we'll
is
call
that-
you back.
I thought she said it meant.
Your Honor, I
that-
believe she still owes $20 also. On the bottom of the receipt, it says
Okay.
grand total $20.
All
Okay.
right, well, go do the screen, we'll have you come back.
State of Ohio versus Jeffrey S. Collins, case number CRA 19304, TRD 191082, CRB 15606, CRB 15606.
All right, and you're Jeffrey Collins.
Yes, sir.
Looks like you've been out of pocket for a while since the end of November. November 28th was your last review hearing.
Oh, yeah, I was here. I threw up blood in the bathroom. Something happened. I was in the hospital, left from here and went to the hospital, and was in the hospital for quite a while. I got the paperwork here proving I was in the hospital.
Okay, I'm gonna get this paperwork.
I was in and out of the hospital, lost my job actually, got another new job, and I had to wait before I could quit, to come to court, so
Where are you working now?
Strickland Brothers.
What kind of work do you do there?
It's a 10-minute oil change, one in Proctorville.
Okay.
I said, I was here in November, I was waiting to see you, and I went to the bath, I got sick, and in the bathroom in there, and threw up blood everywhere. I can get other paperwork too of my KDMC charts where I was back in the hospital. That was just what I had with me from that last date, from the date when I was supposed to be in here.
Okay.
Thanks, sir.
Okay, I want you to do a urine screen also.
Okay.
So go do that, and we'll figure out what we're gonna do when I get the results of that. So go do the urine screen, I'll call you back up once I get your results.
No problem.
State of Ohio versus Brandon G. Helton, case number CRD 2318, TRD 213585, A and B.
And sir, you're Brandon Helton?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Tyler Smith is your attorney, correct?
Yes.
Is
He wasn't here.
he on the docket today?
No, sir.
Okay.
I was supposed to be here last week. I think that's why me and him had the confusion. Had the dates wrote down wrong.
Have you tried to be in touch with Mr. Smith?
Yeah, I called him once, but I didn't get a response back.
Okay, just have a seat. I'm going to text him and find out when he can be here so I can set your next hearing date at the same time.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Have a seat.
State of Ohio versus Zion Tyree Sloan, case number TRD 191701 A and B, and CRB 19805.
All right, and you're Mr. Sloan?
Yes, sir.
It looks like you missed a hearing back about a year ago. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
January 7th,
Yes, sir.
on driving under an OVI suspension.
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you admit you missed that hearing?
Yes, sir.
Do you have an explanation for that?
I paid you all everything, and I thought that I didn't have to come back to court if I paid everything. Well, it turns out I paid it to mayor's court over there. It's $2,000. So, well, I paid that, and I just paid y'all today. So I owe no fines or anything to y'all.
Okay, I see there was some payments made today.
I have this. I got my license too, if you need to see those.
Okay, well, there was two cases. It looks like one case has been paid off.
I have the other one on right here with the receipt.
The other case is case number 19805. I'm not showing a name on it.
You want the receipt?
Yes, sir. You paid it online, you didn't pay it at the clerk's office?
Nah, I paid it online, yes, sir. Do you need insurance card and license?
No, not at this point.
The computer says 150 is due.
Well,
She said y'all wouldn't get it until tomorrow.
yeah, it looks like a payment of one,
44, I owe you $4.
yeah, you paid 140.
Thank you, sir.
The only other thing I really will be, and I'm going to agree with, but when I have this thing,
Whoever's talking, please, I'm going to mute, try to mute you, or you need to mute yourself. Okay. 17-1701 is completed. There's a small amount on 19-805. I'll cancel the warrants. I'll set your next hearing, the sentencing hearing, for March 20th. If you pay it off before then, you don't have to appear at the hearing.
Okay.
So, you're free to go.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Jeffrey Collins, case number CRA 19304, and others.
Okay, it's a good screen. That's good. That's what I wanted to see. I'll cancel the warrant. And since you're working Mondays or Fridays, which is better for you?
Fridays.
March 24th will be your next hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
9 a.m.
Say March what was it?
24th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Brandon Helton, case number CRB 2318, and others.
All right, I did get a response from Mr. Smith, and I'm going to schedule it for the 21st, February 21st, which is a Tuesday. Usually we have court on Mondays and Fridays, but the 20th is a holiday, so that's why there'll be a court on Tuesday, the 21st. February 21st is your hearing. That'll be a pretrial at 10 o'clock.
All right, thank
Cancel
you.
the warrant.
Do I need to stop, see the clerk or anything?
No, sir.
All right, thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Joseph Smith, case number CRB 21749, TRC 212579, A, B, C, and D.
Okay, well, it's better than the last spring. Okay, we'll put it that way. It's not perfect, but there's some stuff that you test for before that's really bad. That's not in there. So continue on with your counseling, and we'll see you back for your next hearing for review on March 20th. 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Okay, we're going to start the pretrial docket now, so we need the prosecutor and the lawyers to come in the courtroom. Mr. Ballard, is your lady going to show up today, or she's here? Okay.
State of Ohio versus Brenda Griner, case number TRC 222709, A and B.
But it's probably way down with the sentencing. I bet it's with the sentencing.
What's her name?
Ms. Gannon, Kimberly Gannon.
All right. Brenda Griner is in this case, and it's pre-trial today.
Your Honor, discovery is still ongoing in this matter, and we don't have time to go through the video with my client. That's going to happen on Thursday. Could we move this to March 6th? I'll already be here that day.
Yeah, that should be fine. March the 6th, at the defendant's request, will be the next hearing. It'll be a pre-trial at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Kimberly Gannon, case number TRC 213329, A and B, set for sentencing. Kimberly Gannon.
Judge, do you have an update? I've got one here.
What I have is dated today.
Okay.
I think she should do the screen here today.
Okay. You want to have her screen and then recall?
Yes. Recall the screen after she does the
I'll take
screen
it.
here at the court.
State of Ohio recalls Veronica M. Wise, case number TRC 213539, A, B, and C.
Okay, not a good result. And I don't have a report from Pathways.
I don't have an appointment until the 21st. They won't let me go to IOP or anything until I'm seen on that day. I'll still be seeing Ruth.
contact person with Pathways is Mr. West. Randy West, so I'm going to send him your screen.
Okay.
And when is your appointment?
February 21st.
You were there before, so, or were you discharged or something? Why?
They said I hadn't been there in enough time they were reassessing me. But I went and done a stay there because I did the video, one of my hearings, I did the video thing from there.
The last report I have from them is October 31st.
I'm not sure when was the last time that I had went. I know Randy, he was supposed to come to one of my hearings after that, and he hadn't. I actually haven't spoken or seen him since.
Well, we can switch you to another facility, but you gotta do something.
It's whatever you would prefer me do.
Do you
The
have
other
a Kentucky
facility,
medical card?
yeah, I have Blue Anthem.
Well, if you want to go back there, that is acceptable, but
There's a place across the,
Arc.
Arc.
ARC is fine. They work with this court. If you want to go to ARC, you can
I'll
go.
see if they can get me in sooner than the 21st. Would you like me to do that?
What I want you to do is get off meth. Whatever we got to do to get you off meth, that's what I want to do.
Okay.
Let's go to ARC, let's go to Pathways. Both of those places are acceptable treatment facilities. I've had people go there and be successful at both places. But you know what the key is?
I have to,
You have to get on board to want to make a change. They can't make it for you, I can't make it for you, your dad can't make it for you, we can all want it for you, you're the one that has to make the change. Okay?
yes, sir.
So far, it's not happening. Consistently, you keep testing for the same thing. So, I know it's hard, it's difficult to get off of it, but you gotta really commit to doing this.
Yes, sir.
So I want to see you back pretty soon. I think I did say March 24th, we need to come back sooner than that. So let's, I want to see you March 6th.
Okay.
And I want to see progress.
Yes, sir.
And if there's not making progress for your benefit and everybody else's, you may need to consider going inpatient. Okay?
Okay.
Come back with a good test and results next time, March the 6th.
State of Ohio recalls Kimberly Gannon, case number TRC 213329.
Okay, the test here was appropriate. So is Riverside still willing to work with her? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, and you're still willing to go there?
Yes.
So I was going to do something different if we got a different test result, but I think we'll stay the course for a while. But I don't know, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but it looks a little fishy what's going on. So you know, I don't, what's happened with let's get some consistent, good results. When do you want to come back?
It's up to you, Judge, how often?
About a month.
About a month, okay, so March, that's not quite a month, but
That's fine. Be a sentencing hearing at 10 o'clock, March 3rd.
oh shoot, let me see, is that a Monday?
That's
Hold on,
Friday.
she's telling me I was looking at April. Oh, she was right. I'm sorry.
Thinking like you get me for no show.
March 6th, I apologize, can we do it on March
is
6th?
fine. March 6th will be here next hearing, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, may I approach briefly?
Yes.
Thanks for calling that up out of order, Judge.
All right. So today was a pretrial? Yes. Those are continuing cases set for Friday.
Excuse me? 14th. Thank you. State of Ohio versus Warren Malott, case number TRC 222610, A and B.
All right, Mr. Roberts. Good morning. Mr. Roberts is the attorney for Mr. Malott. He's appearing teleconference. This was a pretrial and some motions today. So has there been a discussion between the state and the defendant?
There has been, Your Honor, and the last time we had a hearing, I asked Mr. Roberts to provide me something a little more specific on one of the points of his motion, and that has to do with the chemical analysis of the breath test. And he did that, and I have approached the head of the testing lab, Ohio Department of Health, about giving me an interpretation of his motion as to whether it has merit or not. I don't have that back. So if we could have a short period of time, Ms. Wallach, she's been here before, Your Honor, a few months ago. She's pretty good about getting back with me on giving me some idea of whether we should entertain the motion seriously or whether it just needs to have a hearing.
How much time do you think you need?
I would leave that to Mr. Roberts. I guess probably a week would be fine.
All right. Could you hear that, Mr. Roberts?
I did. The only issue is going to be finding a time next week to do this. What do you typically do?
Mondays or Fridays, except we've got a Tuesday coming up that'll be, the court meets Mondays and Fridays except when there's a holiday, and there's a holiday on the 20th.
And I was suggesting that we have another non-evidentiary hearing.
Yeah.
Okay. I could do the 24th if that's, I know that's President's Day week. If you're doing that Friday, I can do the 24th.
That would be fine. All right.
10 o'clock, sir?
We can do it, it'll be set at 10. You can do it by teleconference.
Thank you, sir.
Be pretrial on the motion again, and then if it's not resolved, I'll set an evidentiary hearing at that point.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Okay, good luck with your father. I understand there's some issues you need to take care of, so good luck.
Thank you very much, and I greatly appreciate both of you, the important state accommodating me here. I greatly appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Andrew T. Monger, case number TRC 222010, A and B.
This is Mr. Finley's case. This is set for pretrial.
Got to be out for hot soup.
This case is set for a jury trial on March 10th.
Your Honor, one of the things that we discussed at the prior hearing was some requests for jury instructions, and the state did submit some requests, and Mr. Finley provided a response to that, so I don't know if that's a matter that needs to be addressed before the date of the trial. We would prefer that if that's possible.
Yes, we'll probably need to address that, and I could do that in a teleconference without you here.
That'd be fine, Judge. Judge, the only thing I'd mention, I noticed here, at least, I don't know if it's on your original, but the page is out of order there. On my response.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't actually looked at it, so
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's in order or not.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 3-2.
Yeah.
1-3-2, so I think I can figure that out.
Yeah, okay. I figured you could, but
I'm going to have to look at it again.
Well,
maybe that'll change his position. He actually sees the third page. Judge, just for the record, I don't have any request for special instructions. I mean, that's what Mr. Hill was requesting. There's only issue there with two particular requests he has, which are non-OJI, so.
Okay. Well, my preference is to do OJI, but I'll look at and of course, it's all preliminary anyway. It depends on how the evidence comes in.
Correct, that's right.
But I'd like for you to have some idea what the court's thinking is. So probably the 3rd or the 6th of March would make the most sense to have a teleconference hearing on that. Is there any other issues pre-trial that need to be addressed?
Judge, I mean, this is a pretty straightforward case. You remember the brief hearing we had.
Yes.
It shouldn't take that long. The 6th would be preferable for me just because I've got something already on the 3rd.
Okay. Well, I can do the 6th. I'll set it at noon, so you don't have to sit on
Okay.
the teleconference for 2 hours waiting on us, because usually we don't get finished until around that time. So March the 6th, noon, for pre-trials, motions. And I don't think it's just going to be a legal issue. There's not going to be evidence taken.
Yeah, it's a legal issue, Judge, just at this point.
All right. Well, we can discuss further, but I've got the jury trial set for noon on March the 10th. And at that hearing on March the 6th, I'll talk to you about how I pick a jury a little differently than a lot of other courts. You practice in West Virginia? I do it more like they do in West Virginia.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
So we'll put everybody in the box at one time and talk to them all, bringing people up.
Yeah, okay.
So we'll discuss that. I think it just goes smoother and you get response from everybody. So. All right, March the 6th will be the next hearing in this case at noon.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus David Kushner, case number TRC 221615 A and B.
Judge, I had that set for noon.
Okay, that's fine. We'll put it on for noon.
But you'll be here, so. You didn't have it at noon?
It's fine with me.
Yeah, I'll be here.
State of Ohio versus Christopher J. Blevins, case number CRB 2286, CRB 19439 A and B, CRC 21595 A and B, and CRA 21162.
Well, it doesn't tell me. It says he's doing screens, but it doesn't tell me what the results are.
Oh, that's not off on the screen.
So let's just have him do a result, or do a screen here. Okay, get instant results. So go do a screen here and we'll have you back.
All right.
State of Ohio versus Kara Hearn, case number CRB 2381. Kara Hearn.
Your Honor, I just received a message while I was sitting here that she is sick. I guess she called into the court while I was out here in court. I just asked this to be reset in for next week if,
State's position?
well, he did hear from her, I guess, so we don't oppose a one-week continuance.
Can we do the 21st?
We can, yes.
February 21st, at defendant's request. And that'll be a pretrial, 10 o'clock.
Yes, sir. That's Tuesday. I know, yeah.
State of Ohio versus Lee D. Kip, case number CRB 21914.
It's Mr. Stratton's case and it's a pretrial.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Kip's just paying on restitution. Paid $30 last month and
30 again this month.
30 against it. Again this month.
I got a job now, so I'll be able to pay at least $100 a month.
Oh, okay, great.
Yes, steady paycheck every month.
All right, I heard that, so you'll be able to pay more because he's got
Yes, sir.
a new job.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes, sir. Like to get it taken care of as quick as possible, sir.
Good.
I think it was $650, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
March 13th, if that's available.
Is that a Monday?
That's a Monday.
Okay.
that better?
Yeah, I work Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Okay, March 13th will be your next hearing.
All right, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Defendant waives time.
Yes.
State of Ohio versus Elizabeth Iguava, case number CRB 22535.
It's Mr. Stratton's case, pretrial.
Okay. What do you want to do first? Just one number? Or did you just want to read through this? It'll be just suspended time. Any other public record? Excuse us 1 second. Yeah, not hard.
Yeah.
We approach, Your Honor.
Yes. Something to look at. Maybe they are, maybe they're kidding.
Thanks.
In 30-some years, maybe 3 days, I think people could come back or something. They have to be. This one, All right, this case will be continued. There's more research that needs to be done in the facts. So, the court would like to go, it's going to be in March, probably. Let's see. We could do the 10th. No, we'll keep going like the 10th, sorry. That's why it's so light. Nothing on the 10th. So 17th. Actually, the 13th's better. 13th or 20th of March.
13th is fine, Your Honor.
All right, March 13th.
Your Honor, she'd also like to make a comment to the court.
I just want to let you know, I've been watching court for the whole time I've been coming, and I wanted to tell you that I really love the way that you handle the drug cases here. It would have saved my brother's life years ago, and it really moves me that you all give people so much time and so much help, because he could have used it.
Well, I'm sorry about your brother. And
Oh, well, he died from something else, but he did have a drug problem for years before that. But, you know, the court where we were raised was never an understanding one and never tried to help him. But I love that you do that here.
It's a big problem in our community.
Yeah, it
and
is.
if we don't get it turned around, I don't know what the future's going to hold. It's going to be
Right.
difficult.
But not holding it against them and treating people poorly makes a difference. I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
State of Ohio recalls Christopher J. Blevins, case number CRB 2386, and others.
Okay, it's a good screen.
I've been clean 5 months now.
What's that?
I've been clean 5 months now.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
He's doing very well, Your Honor. We've been at this for a while, so prosecutor and I have been discussing maybe wrapping this up, but leaving that up to the court.
Okay, what's your thoughts on how to wrap it up?
It's up to the prosecutor how they want to do.
Because it looks like there's he's already pled on all OBI for 21, and we've got, the only thing still pending is this case from 22.
Yeah. It's a couple of.
Your Honor, we've been in touch with the alleged victims.
Domestic.
Yes. And, you know, she says he's made positive progress. This report would indicate to me that maybe there's more that is yet to be done.
Okay.
So that would be our position on it. Not to try to punish Mr. Blevins, but we want to make sure. We don't want him back here ever again, and I'm sure he doesn't want it either.
Well, 5 months in the scheme of things is great. Congratulations. It's not that long. You know, I don't mean to laugh at it, but there's still a tremendous chance of failure at 5 months of recovery. And I'm glad I got you. I assume that's saying I'm not going to fail, but we know statistically a lot of people do fail in the first year, even those that are in recovery. So the longer you're in recovery, the better. Now, actually, you need to think of it this way. Once you've had this problem, it's always lurking there, could come back.
Yeah.
But the longer you're clean, the statistics I've seen, 7 years. At 7 years, you're 90%. You have a 90% chance of staying clean. But here's the scary thing. 1 year, 1 year's great, wonderful. I see all graduation programs and balloons and all that. 1 year, 50-50. 50-50 chance at 1 year. So I want you to have more than a 50-50 chance. So and you're saying it's going to be more than 50-50, but that, and you control it. So let's monitor for a while longer.
Okay.
So we can make it like 6 weeks instead of a month. Or
Okay.
maybe even 2 months, because it looks like you've been longer this last time. So let's go to April. April 14th.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, are you working now? You are.
I'm working and going to school.
Mondays or Fridays better? Doesn't matter.
Monday I miss school, Friday I miss work, so work.
Okay. That's the 14th is Friday. April 14th.
I think if you have something bad, I would go. Sorry.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Teofilo Velasco, case number TRC 2352, A and B.
Mr. Stratton's case set for pretrial.
So we're supposed to...
Sure.
Your Honor, we're going to set this for another pretrial, to get a copy of the video to review.
You have a
File a discovery demand.
Yeah, March 13th would probably be a good day, if you want to put it on that day.
March 13th will be the next hearing. That's at the finished request.
Right, March 13th.
10 o'clock.
March 13th. All right, there you go.
State of Ohio versus Destiny D. Anderson, case number TRC 222665, A and B.
All right, this is Mr. Murray's case. He's on teleconference today, and it's set for a pretrial.
Your Honor, I actually had a lengthy conversation with Mr. Murray yesterday, or day before, I forget which day it was. I guess it was the day before. And we discussed the state's position on this. Right now, this is a second offense high score. And this young lady's a young lady, and it's an awful high score. So we have some concerns about her going forward in her life as to whether this is going to be the beginning of things or be the end of things. And we prefer this to be the turning point in her life where she stays away from this kind of behavior in the future. So I don't know whether Mr. Murray and Ms. Anderson had a chance to discuss all that or not, but our proposal would be that if she would plead guilty today and talk to one of the appropriate service providers for some alcohol counseling, that we could come back for sentencing at a later date. See how she does. Hopefully she'll do really well. Hopefully this has got her a little bit scared about maybe she needs to make some changes.
All right, Mr. Murray, could you hear what Mr. Field said?
Yes, Your Honor, that's an accurate representation of our discussion. And after our discussion, I did speak with Ms. Anderson and had a somewhat lengthy lengthy, not as long as I did with Mr. Healy with regard to the resolution, which she found acceptable. I would respectfully ask, and I spoke with Mr. Anderson, with Mr. Healy yesterday about it, if I could have this set out for a change of the plea hearing rather than pleading today. And the reason is because I'd like to meet with Ms. Anderson in person while we had the telephone conference, which are fine, but I think it'd be more personal, particularly once you potentially enter and guilty plea pursuant to the negotiations. And I would respectfully ask if we could set it out for a change of plea rather than plea today.
Okay, and when would you want to do that?
Well, I spoke with my son-in-law, who's also an attorney, and he's very familiar with the Ironton area. He has friends and relatives there. But he has an office in Terrier Islands, as opposed to Australia. So he's going to accompany me, and we both have the week of March 13th and 17th available. So any time or day of that week, and he prefers, and I do also, it could be like 11 in the morning.
Okay, we could do either of those days, probably the 17th, at least at this point, is a better date that has less cases on it. So, 17th. We'll set it 17th at 11. Now, what about your motion for driving privileges? And let me just say, so you can address this, I know this is charged as a second offense, and my understanding of the requirements on a second offense is I can only give driving privileges if she gets special plates and ignition interlock on a second offense. Mr. Hill.
Well, Your Honor, in reviewing the record of this, her prior conviction was in Chesapeake Mayor's Court.
I would say a court, not a record.
Yes, and while it's still, we consider it as part of the severity of the case, as far as technically speaking, it probably is more accurately a first offense high score. So we would not oppose, if it's, I think the time is up for
Yes.
her to have driving privileges. We don't oppose that. Matter of fact, I was commenting to Mr. Murray the other day about the specificity of the request as far as the hours in which she would be able to operate a vehicle and the places she would go. And I think that that is something that is what provides some extra assurances that she's going to stay with that.
All right, Mr. Murray, sounds like the state is agreeing with your request for driving privileges. So if you want to prepare a judgment entry to that effect and submit it to the court, I'll execute it as long as, I want the prosecutor to look it over and approve it first. If they do, if Mr. Hill does, then I'll go ahead and sign it and we'll get that placed of record. And then we just need to come back then on the 17th, I guess, for further. I'm just going to put it down as a pretrial. You all can continue to talk and see if you can work things out. So March 17th will be the next hearing, and you'll submit a judgment entry to the court on the driving privileges, correct, Mr. Murray?
Yes, Your Honor, I did pass over this morning a motion to amend the motion for occupational driving privileges as the distance between my client's residence in Ironton and her employment in Georgetown is about 80 miles, and she works consecutive days, 2 days per week that are back-to-back, and therefore we respectfully ask that she could be allowed to drive to, there's a motel in Mount Orab, Ohio, which is the countryside, and she's familiar with it. She's had a right to take her there and stay over there, and it's a lot easier for her and for her to drive 10 miles back and forth the next day rather than go back and forth 80 miles to Ironton. So we respectfully ask that it be modified, amended, that she be allowed to do that.
Yeah, well, I don't think the state's opposing that, so what you just need to do is prepare your judgment entry however you propose, because the way this works, and I'm sure you understand, she's going to carry this with her. If she gets stopped, she's going to have to show it to whatever officer stops her to say, Now, I'm within my rights, I'm driving as the judge has allowed me to. So you put the parameters that you want in the judgment entry, and as long as Mr. Hill agrees with it, unless it's something crazy, then I'm going to agree with it too. So.
Thank you, Your Honor, I appreciate that.
And I'd like to mention something else too, Your Honor, and I don't know at this point what Ms. Anderson's intention is going to be on the next hearing, but if she were going to go ahead and plead guilty at that time, it might be a good idea for her to go ahead and speak with one of the counseling agencies and start to think about getting into a program right now, and that would shorten the time frame for concluding this case.
Okay. Anything else?
No, Your Honor, I spoke also with my client yesterday about that. She's already in the process of doing that, and she's very sincere about it. We thank you for the granting of the occupational privileges, and I will prepare the judgment entry for that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You're free to go, Ben.
State of Ohio versus Michael W. Smith, case number PRC 222716. Did not check in, Your Honor.
This is Mr. Steyer's case.
Your Honor, this matter is set today for a pretrial. I filed a motion regarding an issue with whether the state was able to prove that the chemical test was taken within the 3-hour time frame required by statute. Mr. Heald has indicated he needs some time to do a little bit of further research into the factual situation on this case, and so he was going to ask for another date anyway. I don't know where Mr. Smith is. He's been pretty good about keeping in contact with me when there have been issues with his attendance in the past. So since what we were going to do today was just ask for another date anyway, I'm going to ask that his absence today be excused, that we get a new date in accordance with what Mr. Heald feels he needs to get that information. And I'll try to track Mr. Smith down and get him here next time, with the understanding that if he doesn't show up next time, even if the court were to grant my request today, that at that point a warrant would issue.
Mr. Heald?
We don't oppose that, Your Honor, and I have some specific things that I intend to seek out to fulfill what we need to do to prove the case in full. And so I'm going to try to do that, and we don't oppose the continuance. I had February 27th, if that's...
Oh, that's when you'd like to come back, you're saying?
Yeah, I don't know why I put that on there.
Oh, that's fine with me. I'm fine with that if that's okay with the court.
See what the court's docket's like.
And it could be another date. It doesn't have to be that date.
This is not that old a case. Why don't we go further out? Because that's a really already pretty busy court date. March 6th is good.
I'm on the docket March 6th already.
March 6th. March 6th will be the next hearing, 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Brandy M. Hines, case number TRC 222783, A and B. Brandy Hines. Mr. Morphy's case.
Set as a pretrial today, Brandy Hines.
She did not check in.
Judge, I have heard from her. She apparently has a young child that had a heart doctor appointment today and asked me if I could get this continued for a week. Or
February 21st.
Later, if it's better with your calendar, Judge.
The 21st is not bad. We can do that. If the state doesn't object.
We don't object.
Defendant's request case is continued to February 21st for pretrial at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Mariah Middleoff, case number CRB 2382.
Mr. Morford's case as a pretrial.
This one. Yeah. That's all. Use this. I think it's 10. She might have done one day in jail already too, so you might ask her. She might have done one in jail already. Just have to ask. Did you spend any time in jail?
I did. I didn't find out. Spent the night.
Okay, how long were you there?
Just the one night.
Just one?
Yeah.
Here's what the state defense said. Everyone first occurred shoplifting, 10 days in jail, suspended. Did you get none since you got one? $100 fine, court costs, and no more Walmart. I think we'll have a change of plea, Your Honor.
Okay.
To guilty.
Is that correct, Ms. Nicola?
Yes, sir.
Okay, before I sentence you, I'd like for you to do a urine screen.
Do what?
A urine screen
Okay.
first.
I am on Suboxone and I'm on Alprazolam by the doctor because I'm seeing a doctor over at Fresh Start in Ashland. I am prescribed those two, but that's it.
We'll see.
Okay,
Not that I don't trust you, but
that's
a lot of
fine.
people tell me stuff
I
that
know.
they're gonna test for, and it's
That's-
different when we get the screen.
that's
So
fine.
Go do the screen, and have you come back.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Zane Smith, case number CRB 2340.
All right, this is Mr. Morford's case, pre-trial.
Who is this?
Zane Smith. Psychiatric issue. He was hospitalized today after this event, I believe. He was now seeing Shawnee Mental Health that prescribed meds for him.
Okay.
Should be able to assume 90-day list.
Yeah, and then it's a little hard to get reports from Shawnee, you know, but it'd be good if we had something to show that he is keeping up with it.
This one?
Judge, I think the state is agreeable to put this on a 90-day list. Mr. Smith had some mental health issues at the time of this event. He was hospitalized at Highland Hospital the day after. He's been released and is now seeing Shawnee Mental Health, who are treating him and prescribing medication for his issues. I don't think he has any prior record, and he is addressing his issues that caused him to appear here.
All right, state's agreeable with that?
Yes, Your Honor, and one thing we would like, and sometimes this is not easy when we deal with Shawnee, but we'd like to have something to indicate that he's attending to his treatment.
We'd like to get reports from them, and that's not always easy. It's difficult to get reports from Shawnee.
Will you go? Tell them you need a report to bring to them.
Probably need to have to go to the probation file of confidentiality waiver so we can get the reports just so we can see that you're doing what you're supposed to.
Absolutely.
So, Mr. Cooper will help you get that signed. May 12th is the next hearing.
Okay.
That's good here, Judge.
All right. Gonna waste time constraints.
We waive.
May 12th will be the next hearing. Good luck, sir, with your counseling, and hopefully this will get dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor. What was the date, Judge?
May 12th.
May 12th, thank you.
State of Ohio versus Jason Lindsay, case number CRB 22-522.
This is Mr. Thompson's case as a pretrial.
I called you Friday, I said I had an insurance problem covering it. I had to switch to you now. That was proof of 3 appointments I've been to. And then these are my future appointments.
Your Honor, my client is in treatment on an outpatient basis at Pathways.
Yeah.
Has been to 3 appointments so far and has...
Do you have any kind of report from him?
February 21st.
Well, we do have proof that he's been at the appointments, I guess. May I approach?
Yes. Okay, are these for the file, or you want
Yes.
it back? Well, I'd like to get a report. I will text my contact with Pathways and ask for a report whenever we come back for the next hearing. Do you have a preference as for when that would be?
Just any Monday would be fine.
The 6th of March? Okay, March 6th, 10 o'clock will be the next thing.
Yeah. I'll keep going.
State of Ohio versus David A. Woodyard III, case number CRB 2352. Did not check in, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I think that might be a review.
It is. David Woodyard was set for review, and he's paid his fine, but he never did his community service. Let's see. Probably should have been set for see if he's got a bond up. He's got an old bond. The third, it looks like, David Woodyard the third. He was at the counseling center at one point. Okay, it's been a year and a half since Mr. sours posted the bond, so I'll let him off the hook. It was on my note as a review, so I'll just issue a bench warrant in 7 days if he hasn't issued it.
Okay. I have to be here on Friday, so I'll try to get him here Friday.
That'd be great.
State of Ohio versus Brian Combs, case number CRA 21-592A and B, TRC 21-2129, A, B, and C. Brian Combs.
This one here, that's a post box. That's what you write down.
Okay.
Okay, based on, I think this happened after the last hearing, I got a report back from OVP that he was non-compliant. So today I'd like for him to do a screen, just to see where we are.
State of Ohio versus Daniel J. Larkins, case number CRA 22-811, CRB 22-813.
This is set for a preliminary hearing and pretrial. Mr. Thompson represents Mr. Markins.
Did you get his list? Do what?
There's somebody here from...
Oh, okay.
Remember the initially came out, so they did all these groups and individuals, which is nothing for the last one. But it shows the consistency again, from showing up and doing these mandatory groups.
Okay.
Except for last week.
Okay.
We might want to help you.
The last one. Are you? I think it was... Okay. Was it there? I think Tuesday and Wednesday. Or at least one of them was Thursday and Friday.
Okay. Wasn't open.
How's it going otherwise? Is he doing okay? And we were gonna dismiss it with the course if he did what he was supposed to do. The question is he complete okay? Is Bethesda's deal? Yeah. Well, it doesn't sound like, now he's got negative drug screens, which is good, but he hasn't been to any.
So he got assessed on the 16th, even 2 weeks after that, nothing for last week, so his last screen was on. That's going to be his last. So he said you guys were closed down for a couple of days.
Okay. But this is ambiguous here. Well, there's an ambiguity in this report. Last week, you want to explain to the judge what happened?
I went one of the days, I know for sure. I went Thursday and Friday, but there wasn't nobody there at the classes.
Yeah. Bethesda is willing to continue, so
Do we have the results from the screening on the 3rd?
The one on the 3rd was negative for everything.
Okay.
Because that can be one way to show.
Mr. Hill?
Well, Your Honor, on the good side, I guess, is the recent drug screen, which showed everything negative, which is to his credit. On the other hand, it doesn't appear as he's been compliant with the treatment recommendations, so we're concerned about that. Spoken with Brittany Markins, the alleged victim, and she says they've split up and she's not having any problems with him. We do, of course, want him to complete what he has set out and what he said he would do. We prefer not to have to go the direction of having a trial or whatever to find him guilty. We prefer that he do what he had said he would do.
This is where the ambiguity comes in. Because it says has failed to complete any services as of 2/3/2023, and then the next sentence is his last services were therapy session and urine drug screen on the 3rd.
Yeah, that's what it means, like as of the 3rd, he hasn't been in.
So since the 3rd.
Yes.
All right. Well, we'd like to see the next time if there be a report to say that he's fully engaged in the program.
Is that what he wants to do, or how do you want to proceed, Mr. Thompson?
Well, you're good to continue on with that, and we just get it on this, right?
What is that?
We just need to keep this.
I thought it would be already, I said I thought it would be already, just makes it kind of hard to
Yeah,
work.
because it sounds like he doesn't want to do any services leading up.
Gotcha.
December the 23rd was the first time, so it's not that long.
Well, the problem is that he works, and the schedule that was set up for his treatment and urine drug screens was during the day. So apparently we can move him to in the evenings. So let's do that. So we would ask that Bethesda schedule his sessions in the evening and come back.
Where is Mr. Markins working?
I'm employed at the school right now, but I'm not working at the moment there.
What is that? I don't understand.
I do the outside work there.
Only when it's needed, or?
Lawn care.
Yeah, outside.
When do you go back to work?
I'm not sure. I was going to look for another job, but it's kind of hard to go in there 3 days a week.
Okay, but that's not an issue now, because we're gonna, okay. I see, he's gonna look for another job.
Okay. What school is it?
South Point.
So is that like, you're like an independent contractor, you're not a regular employee of the school district?
As far as I know, I'm through the school.
But you're only, it sounds like you're only working when they need the grass cut.
Yeah. I can do custodial work too, but I haven't been.
And is there a reason you're not working then, or?
Vehicle really right now.
Okay. Well, so it doesn't sound like the work is really what's keeping you from getting to your appointments.
I've been going to them.
Well, they said you missed some, is that not right?
I don't know what days I've missed. I've went ever since the last court date.
Well, it says you were supposed to go 3 sessions. You initially appeared to complete, but had failed to complete since February 3rd. So it's been 10 days. So since February 3rd, he hasn't done anything.
I was there last week.
Okay. February 3rd was a Friday. What day were you there?
I know I was at least there Tuesday or Wednesday, if not both.
Who's your counselor? Do you have a counselor's name?
I'm not sure which one. I think,
Well, I need for you to get a better report. Is transportation a problem for you to get to your sessions?
I'm having to borrow a vehicle right now.
How can
And
we deal-
find
How can
fuel.
we deal with the transportation issue?
I mean, if he lives within reason, it's not an issue to pick him up and bring him to work.
Okay, so you hear that? They'll transport you. Where do you live?
Cold Grove right now.
I'm sorry?
Cold Grove right now.
Cold Grove?
Yeah.
Is that doable?
Yeah, we offer Richard Ironson office, the South Point office, so I mean, he's right in the middle, so that's, shouldn't be an issue.
Okay, so that's off the table. Transportation's not an issue. They're gonna get you there. And it doesn't sound like work is really an issue right now. You're not working. So, any other problems with getting to your appointments?
I think what he was saying was getting another job is a problem when he's doing this during the day. Is that
Okay,
correct?
but that's out in the future. He comes in here and tells me, General Motors wants to hire me really bad, but I can't have this, they're paying me $30 an hour, but I can't do it because, well, then I'll work to modify that. But that's just a hypothetical saying, well, it's gonna keep me from getting a job. Well, you got this case you need to deal with. You got a felony here. So that needs to be number one priority, not dreaming up excuses why you can't go to your sessions. Because
Well,
what it looks to me like every excuse you come up with, I'm able to knock it down. If you were really motivated to get there, I think you'd get there. They're gonna transport you. You don't have a job that's keeping you from getting there. If you get a job that's really good, that's a problem, they've also said they'll see you in the evening if that's an issue. Look, these are serious charges. I know there's been problems in this relationship, but as I understand reading the file, you all got 2 kids together, right?
Yes.
And they're old enough to know what's going on. So this is really important for them. Because whether the 2 of you are together or not, you're still going to have this relationship with these kids. And if there's substance use issues here, we need to deal with it if that's causing problems. Because I take it, your kids are at really impressionable ages right now, forming their attitudes toward substance use. So are you listening to me? Or are you zoning out?
I was listening.
I'm assuming you don't want your kids to be in court with substance use issues, right? Nobody does. Well, guess what? The more they see you doing this kind of thing, the more likely they are to follow in your footsteps. So let's nip it in the bud, not have any more problems. Whether you are together, it doesn't sound like you're going to be together, you're going to have to parent these kids together, so you got to get your act together, and these next few years are really important. They're going to be out, it's going to be over in a few more years. I mean, not really, but legally it's going to be over, what you have to do for these kids. But right now, that's your legal obligation to take care of them and get this case over. So if you need some motivation, think about your kids. Do this for them. If you're not doing it, you may be mad at her, that's okay. But your kids deserve your best efforts, and you're not giving it right now.
All right. I'm trying everything I can.
No, you're not. I wasn't born yesterday, and I don't live up here on this bench. I know the real world. I've lived in the real world, and you're not giving your best effort. You could do a whole lot more. Just about all of us can. I mean, very few of us get to 100% max effort. Trust me, I know that. You could do a lot more, and you need to do a lot more. So I want to see more effort the next time you come back. Okay, let's, I think did we set you March 6th, or when did we Wednesday?
Yes.
Let's do March 6th, is the next hearing. And I'm putting down better report, that's what I want to see, better report.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge, what was the next hearing date?
March 6th.
Okay, appreciate it.
Time.
10 o'clock.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Alyssa R. Sowards, case number CRA 2158, CRB 20460. Alyssa Sowards did not check in.
I got a text from her, Your Honor. She forgot about this hearing, but she's in oral surgery, having an oral surgery in Columbus today. So if we could move her to Friday, that would be.
Mr. Hill?
She's at Bethesda,
And she's been doing really well.
so that's a good thing. I guess it'd be good to know if they can confirm that that's what's actually going on.
Do we have a report about Alicia Sowards from Bethesda?
Your Honor, I do believe that she transitioned from our care to another agency. I can pull her discharge summary up. really
Yeah, if
quick.
you would, let's recall it and get a good report on that.
State of Ohio recalls Mariah Nickoloff, case number CRB 2382.
Okay, I will give you the benefit of the doubt that these are your prescriptions.
Can I say something?
Yes.
I told her she could call the drugstore if she wanted, and get the list of medications that I'm on.
I've got it on
And,
here.
okay.
Okay, I told you, when the judge tells you you're good, don't go back and try to complicate it by, because we could call the pharmacy and they tell us something different. I mean, I learned that a long time ago as a young lawyer. When you win, you win. Don't go back and try to make it even better. Just leave it alone. Don't bring up something else. You won on that issue, so don't raise it up again. So, I'll go ahead and censor, I won't require any treatment. I do this because so many people that I get on shoplifting charges are dirty. They're shoplifting because they got a drug problem. And then it becomes a treatment case, so I make them go to treatment if they test dirty. So, I'm concluding that you are on your prescription. So, your fine will be $100, court costs, 10 days in jail, all suspended. Do 5 days of community service and stay out of Walmart.
Okay.
You'll be on probation for 2 years. Your review hearing is going to be September the 15th. You get everything done by then. That's a long time. You got all summer to get all this stuff done.
Okay.
Get it all done by September 15th, you don't have to show up for a hearing. If you
Good
haven't
luck.
got it done, you know you've been here. You got a review hearing, 9 a.m., September 15th.
There's your review date.
You don't show up, you get a warrant.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Go meet with Mr. Mazur in the probation office and get your paperwork, and you're free to go after that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Amanda J. Dowdy, case number CRA 21-191, A and B. Amanda Dowdy.
It's Mr. Morford's case. Dowdy is been at Bethesda. Okay, so she's back inpatient?
Yes, sir. Yes, she is.
Did you, in my notes where you were gonna go live with your mom for a while, did that happen?
I did,
So
and
that-
she's doing better now. I came back on Thursday.
But did that play any role in your relapse, going back?
I didn't have a relapse.
Oh. Well, maybe I'm reading. Okay, it just says you came back to residential, it didn't say you had a relapse. It says you were adding to your relapse prevention plan, so. Okay, you just felt like you needed to come back to inpatient, or you were just going there for a visit with your mom?
I was just going there because she had surgery on her, she had a torn tendon that she had to have repaired.
Okay.
And she needed help with her.
So you never did have a plan to go there and stay permanently? You were
Right.
always gonna go back? Okay,
Right.
Gotcha. Okay, so it sounds like she's doing well.
Yes, yes, she is.
Now, are you gonna be going, or are you in sober living now, or?
Yes.
So it's considered sober living, and you are working, I think, is that right?
No, I'm actually waiting on disability.
Okay. So, what's your long-term plan?
Right now I'm looking for housing, and I'm gonna try to get my children back.
What do you have to do to do that?
I have to.
Go back to court?
I have to go back to court, and I have to prove stability for X amount of time and show that I've been clean for X amount of time.
Okay. Are you getting to see them at all?
Yeah, I get to see them every weekend. I get 48-hour passes on the weekend.
Okay, good. Mr. Hill?
Well, that's all very encouraging stuff. So I think that the fact that she actually left the treatment program or left the residential part of it and managed that and then is going back is some indication that she's learning how to handle things and she's got goals in mind. So
She's committed to her recovery.
yeah, that's all very encouraging.
April 17th?
That's good to hear.
17 will be the next hearing.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Karen Wheeler, case number CRB 22776, CRA 22765, A and B.
It's Mr. Morford's case, Carrie Wheeler. Now, my notes were you're going to be at Southern Hope. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And this gentleman, you're from Southern Hope?
Yes.
May I approve?
Yes. What's your name, sir?
Jason, I'm the court liaison for them.
Okay, great. Thank you. Where are you living now, Miss Wheeler?
I'm still staying in a hotel.
Mr. Hill?
Well, I haven't spoken with Daniel in quite a while. I've spoken with him on the phone several times, and, over time, he's given different opinions about whether he wanted her there or not. And one of the things that I know Ms. Wheeler said the last time she was here is that it's when she's drinking that it becomes a problem.
Yes, sir.
And she becomes a problem for Daniel when she's drinking, because his mobility and his function is limited. And I think that hopefully she's understanding that. I could try to reach him on the phone and see what his opinion about her going home is at this point.
Do you want him to do that?
Yeah, sure.
But well, maybe
No guarantees.
Well, that, and I don't know whether, I just don't want it to be a bad idea. I don't want to be the one that thinks that, well, I shouldn't have brought it up in the first place. The fact that she's living in a hotel is not a good thing either, but.
Right. Well, he's an adult, and I think he's competent, so I don't think it's a bad thing to let him give some input.
I can call him if there's a point at which there's a case that I'm not needed on.
Sure. You want to hang around, we'll let the prosecutor
Sure.
try to get a hold of him.
Yes, sir.
See what his position is.
State of Ohio versus Gretchen Smith, case number CRA 22-393A and B, CRA 22-502A and B, TRC 22-1661A and B.
Mr. Steyer's case.
Was she there before? Oh, she was at the council center. Is that part of the council center, or they
No,
referred you to?
I'm in transitional living. I work full-time now.
Where is that?
It's in Portsmouth.
Okay.
So there was one of the felonies was amended to misdemeanor and, well, I think both were. And an ODI, she's already been sentenced on that. The other two were just pending while she goes to complete treatment.
Yes, Your Honor.
So she's not completed at this point.
I've completed 2.5. I'm in transitional living. I've got 9 months clean, almost.
Okay, were you here before when I talked about the time frames?
Which time?
He's talking about it being clean for an entire year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. At a year, it's 50/50.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I heard.
I mean, 9 months is great, but
Yeah.
we need a lot more.
Absolutely, I agree.
Okay. And I don't hear the state saying they want to dismiss you, so I don't see any reason to. Let's just let you continue your treatment with me looking over your shoulder.
Okay.
That seems to help some people to know
Yes.
there's some accountability still.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, so we can go maybe a couple months out.
Okay, so that'd be April, looks like April 10th, I'm here.
That'd be fine, April
Okay.
10th.
I have some jury trials on the week surrounding.
April 10th, defendant's request is the next hearing.
10 a.m.
And now at some point, you gotta start working on you got a sentence on the OBI.
Yes, I was going to pay on my fines. They told me to wait till after court.
Okay, how much are you gonna pay?
Probably, I don't get paid till next week, but I'm going to pay probably at least just 20 today.
All right.
I'll try to pay every week, though.
Very good.
Thank
Everything's
you.
continued to April 10th.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Tyler K. Todd, case number CRA 2259.
Your Honor, if it please the court, this is currently in a posture in which it can possibly be considered a felony. The reason I say can possibly is that he does have a prior felony conviction. It was in the state of Texas, and they have a felony conviction after a third offense. Wouldn't be a felony in Ohio. However, it is still possible, and it's also been talked about that maybe his first conviction was a juvenile conviction, although I don't see that in the record. What we've discussed today is that prior to making the decision as to whether to take the case to the grand jury, we would be willing to exchange some discovery with Mr. Cremines and have a further discussion about whether we wanted it to go to the grand jury or not, And I've made it clear that, of course, if it were to stay here, then it's a serious case. Because it would be, at the very least, it's a fourth lifetime, and the second within 10 years. And so we would be willing to do that if there's a time waiver, which I believe Mr. Kaminza will agree to.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay.
We'd ask for this to be set March 6th as well, if it's agreeable with the court's docket.
All right. Well, let me just say this for the record, because I want to get this cleared up and make sure the status is what I think it is. I've got two case numbers initially. There was a CRA 2359, and for my records, that case is still pending, which is a January 20th, filed as a driving while under the influence of alcohol, F3.
That's correct, Your Honor.
At one point, there was a TRC case number, which would be a misdemeanor operating a vehicle intoxicated charge, filed under case number 2382A. That was nollied on February the 3rd because at that point, at least, the state felt it was going to proceed on the felony that I alluded to earlier, the 2359 case number. So, as I understand it, what's happening is the state's willing to say to the defendant, if you'll agree to waive time constraints, keep the felony matter here, 2359 in the municipal court, we'll at least look at possibly keeping it in this court and at some point reduce it to a misdemeanor, although we're not guaranteeing that we will do that, but we will at least entertain that as a possibility. Is that a fair summary?
That's a fair summary, Your Honor.
Okay. And my understanding is the defendant's agreeable with that.
That's correct, Your Honor.
So we're going to at least do some discovery and then decide, say we'll make a decision, take it on to the grand jury or leave it in this court.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And you're requesting March 6th as the next hearing date?
Yes, Your Honor. We would waive time on preliminary hearing to make that happen.
So it'll be set as a preliminary hearing, but it's going to be more of a status conference. I don't expect to take evidence at that hearing.
That's correct.
At some point, there'll be a decision whether the case stays here or goes on to the common pleas.
That is correct.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, March 6th will be the next hearing. It'll be a preliminary hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Patrick Shanahan, case number CRB 22678.
Patrick Shanahan is Mr. Thompson's case.
No, I'm waiting on a background check to come in. That's the only thing I'm waiting for. Murphy's gas station in South Point. But I did, I just started it's a program in Ironton. They paid you to go to school. They teach you a trade. And then they place you 4 weeks out and place you in a job. I just started last Friday.
That's good. I know you're working at the Hall of Fame.
So the only thing that is more work
Okay, he pled no charge. You know, as far as I'm concerned, he did do 2 days in jail. Well, let's see what the judge has to say.
Your Honor,
kind of been trying to review everything in this case. And this report from Brighter Days looks like he's doing well, trying to stay with the program and doing what they want him to do. When this case started, Mr. Shanahan actually did, he went in jail on October 22nd and came out on 24th, so he's got 2 days in jail that he's done already. We really would take no position today on whether maybe sentencing ought to take place, and if it does, we would of course want him to continue carrying his probation. So I think our feeling is we're at a point it could go either direction at this point.
I don't see any reason not to go ahead. He's got a good start on his counseling. I don't see any reason not to conclude the sentencing today, unless Mr. Thompson can think of something.
Yeah, we would ask the time served, the sentence be time served and staying out of Walmart.
All right. Mr. Shanahan, anything you want to tell me before I?
I'm waiting on Murphy's gas station. They're waiting on a background check for me to start full-time employment there. But in Ironton, I just started, I forget the name of it, but Friday was the orientation. It's a 4-week boot camp. They pay you to go to school to teach you a trade, and then 4 weeks after that, they place you into a job. But I just started that on Friday.
Is that with the CAO?
Yeah, CAO, yeah.
Okay, well, I think that's a good thing. All right, what I'm going to go ahead and sentence you. You did enter a guilty plea previously.
Yes, sir.
And I delayed the sentencing to let him get started on some counseling, which he has done. I'm going to amend his fine. Usually it's $100, but you've put in a lot of effort here, at least so far. So I'm going to make it 50 rather than 100. So you at least get that off of what you would have got otherwise. Or you pay the court costs. 10 days in jail, and I'll give him, suspend 8 and give him credit for 2 days he's already served. So you got 8 days suspended out there. I'm going to change your community service from 30 hours to 18 hours since you've done some counseling. But I'm going to also order that you, in the probation, we'll make level 4. I'm going to order that you continue with your counseling at Brighter Days and complete it as a part of your sentence. And this is the big one. You got to stay out of Walmart. I'm ordering you to stay out of Walmart. So your review hearing back here at the court. I'm not going to go out till September because I want to see how you're doing in your counseling. I'll make it May the 12th. So you're going to come back on May the 12th, just like you did today, but earlier, 9 a.m., and I'll get a report from Brighter Days. Maybe you'll be completed by then. If not, I'm going to report you've done what they set up for you on your counseling.
Yes, sir.
You're going to go meet with Mr. Major in the probation office.
Where's that, at the window right here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
So you're left as you go out in the lobby.
All right.
After you met with him, you're free to go. He'll give you paperwork, everything that I told you, it'll be on a piece of paper, so you don't, it's not a memory test.
Okay.
He'll tell you, and he can go, he's your contact person with the court, too, if you have any questions.
State of Ohio versus Kayla D. Fry, case number CRB 21185.
Okay, Kayla Fry is on the teleconferencing. And this is Mr. Stiers' case.
This is set for sentencing. I believe it's on this post-conviction, so we're looking for treatment.
Right. I have been getting reports from Mended Reeds. Are you still Mended Reeds, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Is that where you are now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Inpatient?
Are you there as an inpatient? What's your status there?
I'm in transitional living.
Okay. You have a job yet?
Yes, sir.
Where are you working?
I'm working at Subway right now, but like John Messina, I'm waiting for the recovery to work program to start.
Okay, is there anybody there from, are you at the facility at Mindy Reed's right now?
Yes, I thought somebody was supposed to be on here with me.
Yeah, me too. Usually Megan is.
She messaged me last night and told me that Rocky would be.
Okay. Well, you've paid your fines. You just have community service left to do.
Yes, sir. And I can get that bit. I did you said to tell you that you sent an email to somebody's name, and now if I look it up, it'll take you off the street.
Well,
About
often she sends them to me, so let me see if I've got,
I'll check as well and see if I've gotten anything from her.
But I thought Rocky was going to be on here with me, and I don't think anybody's on here with me.
well, they're not speaking up if they are. I don't see anybody, little icon. No icon is there.
Also a possibility she may have sent to Mr. Major. Sometimes they send the emails to Mr. Major.
I'll go ahead.
Okay, I don't, the last, I got an email from Ms. Cooper on February the 6th, but it wasn't about your case. That's the last one. Well, actually I did. She sent me a copy of your, where you got
Yes.
the vaccine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we were given credit for 3 days of community service, right?
Yes, sir.
Let me forward that. I don't know if, I'll forward that to Mr. Major.
Major doesn't have any.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, so that knocks down, so you've got 2 days of community service left.
Okay, and I'm going to try to get it done before I start the recovery to work program, so it'll be a Monday through Friday. So hopefully I'll be able to go this Friday and next Friday.
Do you still get your email at Zoom Internet or with the court address?
I'm sorry, it's the court,
Okay. Let me see.
I get them with both.
Because that's the one popping up when I put your name in as zoominternet.net. There's a vaccine card.
I do have that, Your Honor.
You can get it there? Okay, so
Yeah.
check that. 'Cause I'm gonna
I
send
do
it.
have that email for the vaccination card.
Okay, you got it.
I do have that email, yes.
Okay, we've got it. So you've got 2 days of community service left to do. I'll set your next hearing for March 13th.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, let me make sure that I'm available that day. I've got a few things in March. I'm available, no problem.
All right, March 13th, if you can get that finished, you don't have to, well, you need to finish your, I spoke too soon. You need to finish your counseling too, so.
Okay.
I need a letter of completion from them.
Okay, you're good. I'm going to be here for a little while, so.
All right.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Clyde King, case number TRD 20-2187 and CRB 20-825. Clyde King.
It's Mr. Steyer's case, set for September.
I'm sorry?
How much you got? I paid on already. I'll give him one money.
Okay, he made a payment on fines this morning, Your Honor. I think it may have, he paid online? He paid online, so I don't know if that would have been applied yet as we stand here.
It won't show up till tomorrow.
Okay. Do you know how much he paid?
She paid 20. I give her 20 to pay.
Okay. He said he paid 20. I'm not sure if there's multiple cases here that it would be split among or if it would all just go on to the one that we're.
He's got 36 hours of community service left to do. We need some community service done.
Okay.
So, give me a day when you're gonna come out.
I'll come out tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Okay. That makes it easy. All right, Mr. Cooper's got that down. March 13th.
Yeah, I'd keep the same date, Your Honor.
March 13th will be the next hearing for sentencing.
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
State of Ohio recalls Brian Coles,
Thank you.
case number
Thank you.
CRA 21-592A and B, TRC 21-2129, A, B, and C.
Okay? It's got an appropriate screen. Good. And you're still at OVP?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
On my last drug screen was Friday.
Because they had sent me, last month, they sent me a text saying you tested for meth.
Well, like the one on the 27th, if you look at it, it says amphetamine, methamphetamine, but it's false positive for metronidazole. She circled it, and
Okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I don't think we're done yet though, right?
done what?
With your treatment, your counseling.
Oh, no, I still go every day, or every Friday, I'm
Let's
sorry.
come back in a month. I'm glad you got the good screen today.
Yes, sir.
March 13th will be your next hearing. 10 o'clock. And that's on the preliminary hearing docket.
State of Ohio recalls Alyssa Sowards, case number CRA 2158, CRB 2460.
I was notified by my director, Taylor, that Mrs. Sowards was discharged from our agency. And she transitioned to Focus Residential Group in Franklin Furnace. I don't know if you guys have received any documentation of her being there.
I've gotten nothing from her. She's got a felony and a misdemeanor pending. What's the state want to do?
Well, she should have been here today to tell us that,
Right.
at least. So,
Yeah, and I have no idea what that agency is, never heard of it.
I think if you look at your history on her, though, she's come a number of times and was doing very well.
well, on November 28th, the court took her GPS monitor off, so that was indication of something. On December 19th, she had a good report, and it was set for today, so it sounds like it might have gone off the rails between then and now.
It's going to be set for Friday.
If Mr. Thompson thought he could get her in here in a short period of time.
I can get her here on Friday.
Okay, and defense request cases continue to Friday, which is the 17th.
Thank you.
February 17th for preliminary hearing. And then on a misdemeanor, 2460, that is a pretrial and review.
State of Ohio versus Jesse Bentley, case number TRC 183773, TRD 212464, at the Lawrence County Jail.
Recording has started.
All right, Mr. Warford is representing Mr. Bentley. These are misdemeanors. Does he have something in common, please, or why is he?
Not that I know of, Judge. I think he was in the wind from here for a while.
Okay.
I think the bench warrant was issued September 12th.
Yes.
I believe he was supposed to be an inpatient at hometown before then, Your Honor.
And he left?
Apparently.
Never went?
He, Roger covered for me on September 6th, Judge. of 22. He said defendant left hometown recovery against staff advice, a bench warrant to issue in 7 days.
Have you had a chance to talk with,
I had not, Judge.
you want to recall it then?
Yes, if you don't mind, let me have a chance to call him and see what his situation is.
Your Honor, I'm looking at the Common Police Court docket, and
You must have a holder from there, because I've set an OR.
yes, he has a case that the indictment was filed in October, a summons was issued, and apparently the summons, I don't know whether it was served, but anyway, he's in, I guess that's why he's in jail now.
I'll inquire about that as well, Judge.
All right, Mr. Bentley, your attorney is going to call and talk to you off the record, and then we'll have you back on the record after that's happened. So
Yes, sir.
we'll come back to you later in the docket.
All right.
State of Ohio recalls Kerry Wheeler, case number CRB 22776 and CRA 22765, A and D.
Did you ever have a chance to? Okay. And we're going to let the state contact Daniel to see what his position is now.
So, Your Honor, I did speak with Daniel, and, you know, one of the things that creates a problem for Daniel is that the hotel that she's staying in deprives the household of money each month. So that doesn't help either. But as long as she's sober, he wants her there. Now, what I would say is that she knows that, and she knows what kind of a negative impact she can have when she's not sober. And she's got.
Here are the Lawrence, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to. There are the Lawrence County version of Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton. When they get together, it can be really good, but then it can go way, way off the rails. And
Well,
they kind of have that dynamic.
I loved Carrie in American Velvet. No, but
That's the kind of the dynamic. They can be really good together, and they can be really bad together.
I guess, you know, my feeling is personally that if a person knows that they're capable of creating chaos in another person's life, they need to do everything they can do to not do that. And I have a feeling that, you know, Mr. Wheeler, when she's not behaving as she should, it creates a real problem for him because his ability to get away from her is limited. Probably to zero. He's probably pretty much stuck where he's at. So we don't have a problem with her going home today. Mr. Wheeler does not have a problem with her going home today. But if we heard of any kind of incident again.
You know what I'd like to do, because I know it's out there, I don't know if we can get a hold on it, but I'd like to put an ankle monitor on her that will measure alcohol. If she drinks, it's going to.
Judge, I think that.
I think the Common
Police has them.
Is there a TV?
Can we check on that?
Yeah.
Let's make a few phone calls, because that's, I mean, she may dabble in drugs, but alcohol's been the main problem.
Another thing too is, Your Honor, there somewhere along the line is there's been a protection order. So that would have to be cleared up before she would be able to go home too.
Well, I assume from your conversation with him, he's requesting that be.
Not in so many words, but that would be the conclusion. That he wants her to come home. Just hope that.
Do you even want to, I mean, I understand his physical condition is now, he needs a lot of care.
Yes.
So that's going to put more stress on you.
Well.
Is that something you can deal with without relapsing back to drinking?
Absolutely, I can.
Okay, well, we'll see. I want to see if we can get this monitoring put on you, because I think that's going to be key. You cannot take alcohol into that residence.
Yes, sir. I mean, I'll take a test every single day if you want me to.
Well, if I put the monitor on you, you'll be tested 24/7,
Okay.
7 days a week.
Yes, sir.
constantly.
That's how
One
committed
sip
I
is
am.
gonna set the monitor off, so, I think that's the way to go here. So I'm gonna let the probation make some calls and see if we can have that happen. So we'll recall them.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Are we
Your Honor, I
ready?
don't know that Con Police Court has it, but I know Peachtree has this scram bracelets, and I can get one put on her. I don't know about today, but
Yeah, what's the cost gonna?
I don't have any idea. I know they got them. I guess make a phone call and get all the information on them.
Okay. Let him do that and we'll recall it.
Good night.
State of Ohio versus David Kutzner, case number TRC 221615 A and B.
I think it's Kettner. All right, Mr. Finley is representing Mr. Kettner, who is here. This is set for motion hearings today. How are we going to proceed, Mr. Finley?
Approach, Your Honor.
Now, let's do it from where you are.
Okay. Judge, we intend to enter a no contest plea today, and then we discussed this with the court, deferring sentence out for a while.
Okay, well, I wasn't sure you were going to do that, so.
Yeah, well, that's what we wanted to approach, just to kind of get the dynamics of that, but I don't know if you recall that meeting or not.
I do recall. All right, so Mr. Kettner is here in person. Your attorney is saying that you are not admitting that the charges are true, but you're not denying it either, and you're agreeing the court can find you guilty without a trial, without evidence being submitted, and I assume there's a stipulation.
There's a
then
stipulation.
You don't want evidence put on the record.
That's correct, Judge, we have a stipulation.
There's a stipulation that the state has sufficient evidence for a conviction. Is that what you wish to do, sir?
That's correct, sir.
All right. And I understand then what's also been agreed to by the state and the defendant, and I'll go along with it. They're going to give you some time, and it's my understanding you're in some sort of treatment now.
That's correct, sir.
That we're going to continue to let you do that, and I'll monitor it at some period of time, but I understand you're being monitored by a California court, or should be. So I'm not going to have you back here every little bit, but at some point, I'm going to look over what you've been doing as far as treatment. And obviously, the better you do in treatment, the better. The court has quite a range of sentence that I can do. So the better you do in treatment, the better I can do on the sentence. Now, and I think the lawyers know this, but I want you to know it, and I'll put it officially on the record, because this is considered a second offense from the state of California. And because of some of the issues raised here, I contacted the court out there about this, and I did see that, so I don't know if it's going to cause you a problem, but I reported it to the court that you had this pending case here, and I think under their rules you were supposed to self-report, and to my knowledge that never happened. So I think you may need to follow up with probation, whatever they call it. That's what we would call it in this court, is the probation department of that court on the conviction in California. So what I'm going to do, are you in a particular program now? Are you going to an agency, or how are you doing your treatment?
It's AA, sir.
Okay. Well, I'd like to see you in a more formal program than that. I mean, there's a lot of programs available, but here's what I want to see. And if you're just going, I'm okay with you going to AA. I'm not downing AA. But I'm not going to get a report from Alcoholics Anonymous of the programs that you go to or the sessions you've attended. But if you go to a treatment agency, it's like a medical facility. They're going to keep track of how many times you've been there. They may screen you. I need those kind of reports if you want to come back and convince me that you're really serious. Because what I want to see, I want to be convinced that you're going to be clean and sober. I don't want to go forward, sentence you, and then I hear that, oh, well, he had another one of these, or he had a wreck where he was under the influence and somebody got injured. I would feel somewhat responsible that I didn't address this fully. That's what I want to see, that this isn't going to happen anymore. And I've got to be convinced by hard evidence, and I mean medical type evidence.
Judge, I would say that he did go through a treatment program, kind of overlapped that he completed,
Okay,
This has
well,
been pending for
there should be
a period of
records
time.
from that.
Yeah, and he's obviously agreeable to sign a release for the department.
Well, I don't want to get them, I want you to get them.
Yeah, we'll get those.
Yeah, you get the records and furnish them to the court.
Yeah, there's other things that he's done as well, Judge, we can provide that to you.
Okay. Well, here's what I'm going to do then. Let's go about 2 months and set it for another hearing. It'll be as a sentencing hearing. And if things are going well and he's compliant and doing what he needs to do, I know he doesn't live around here, and it's my usual course. We've had several lawyers and people appear by teleconference. And he's done it before. He can appear by teleconference and doesn't have to make the effort to come here and appear in person. So with that said, if you want to look at your schedule, both of you, and Mr. Hill and I are here all the time. So
every weekend for the
we can be here pretty much whenever.
the rest of the year, pretty much.
You have a choice.
So I'm looking at mid-April.
If it's a period.
Monday or Friday, we can do that Zoom.
Yeah, by Zoom, yes. Well, there's a couple Mondays I do have, but I'll let you know. It's like early, so it's later in April.
How about the 17th, Judge, would that work?
It should, but let me just, to make sure, check the court's schedule. Okay, and that, yes, that's a Monday, April the 17th. And also for the record, so based on the no contest plea and the stipulation being making me finding me guilty today, I'm delaying sentencing until a further date to allow Mr. Kettner to provide proof of his treatment and sobriety to the court. So April 17th will be the next hearing. It'll be a sentencing hearing at 10 o'clock. Okay.
Judge, would you like that under seal or just directly to the court via the prosecutor? How do you, or not formal filing, I assume?
Well, if you want it under seal, you can provide it to the court and we'll seal it. I'm going to be the one that reviews it, the prosecutor will review it, but we can put it in a sealed document so it wouldn't, and let the clerk know it's not to be viewed by the public, public. And our records are not viewable online, so someone would have to come in and specifically ask for the record, and that puts the clerks on notice.
Okay.
So
I can just follow with a notice that's under seal with stipulation from the state.
Works for me.
Yeah.
Okay, agreed. Anything else?
No, not for today.
All right, next hearing is April 17th. We'll make it at noon, just so you don't have to sit there on the, and Mr. Finley, you're also welcome to appear.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Staple High recalls Kerry Wheeler, case number CRV 22776, CRV 22765, A and B.
All right, we need Mr. Morford.
Your Honor, Peachtree has that available. It's going to be $75 to hook up, $12 a day for that scram bracelet. The soonest they can get it put on will be Wednesday. She is out of town till Wednesday.
Is that less than the hotel room?
Yes. I think. I don't know. What do they charge down here? Where are you staying?
I'm sorry?
Where's your hotel?
The Comfort Inn.
We need to get you out of there. How much do they charge you that?
I believe the grand total is like 74 a night.
Oh, 12 is a lot better than 74, isn't it?
Yeah.
The initial is $75 for the hookup and then $12 a day.
Do you want to do that?
Yes.
Whatever I need to do.
Well, do you want to go home? I mean,
Yes,
you don't
yes,
have to
sir.
go home.
Yes, sir, I do.
You can stay at the Comfort Inn.
No, thank you. Yes.
Or stay someplace else.
Okay.
You don't have to go home.
Yes, sir.
I will, she'll need to see me, Your Honor. I'll get information from her, and then I will give her a card for Pete Street and make the arrangements for them to come put it on.
They'll come to her, or she's got to go?
I believe they'll come to her.
Okay. All right, okay, I'm gonna allow you to return home with a scram bracelet.
Okay.
And then, let's come back in approximately a month. Are you available the 13th, Mr. Morford?
I believe so, Judge. 1 second. What day, Judge?
March 13th?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, we'll come back and see how things are going.
We need a little bit of a clarification, Your Honor. One of the things we would be doing is terminating the protection order, but we want her to not go back until she has the scram bracelet. So if we terminate this today, we want that to be obviously stated as a...
It'll be terminated on the 15th. Protection order is still in place until Wednesday.
Okay.
We can't do the...
I can do it on the 15th.
You can do it on the 15th. Yeah. Okay, so she'll do it on the 15th.
Okay.
How you gonna do it?
And they'll contact me
That's on the card. You don't have to just sign it.
Good. She'll need to go check in with Mr. Major so he can finalize what she needs to do to get the bracelet put on.
Okay.
John will get a bunch of information
Okay.
from you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir.
State of Ohio recalls Jesse Bentley at the Lawrence County Jail, case numbers PRD 21-2464, GRC 183773.
Does anybody even know who Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton are anymore? Okay.
You know I did, because I mentioned...
The ones in the back are like, what? I have no idea who those people are. You know.
I got a note to text you.
All right, so, Mr. Morford.
Judge, I just hung up the phone when you called Ms. Wheeler's case. Apparently, Mr. Bentley's wife had a stroke about the time he was supposed to be in hometown. He left hometown to care for her. He would like the opportunity to go back to hometown. I did not have an opportunity to call hometown and see if they would accept him.
Well, the problem is going to be, it's not me that controls it now. He's got something in common police, doesn't he?
He says he doesn't, Judge. I asked him that specifically.
I thought they had a holder on him.
I was told that he did. I will check right now.
Well, that's what the docket says, too.
I mean, I gave him an OR bond. He's still in the jail, so I think it's from a holder at common police.
That's what I thought, Judge, because I know you said, oh, well, but he says he doesn't have anything.
I think it's on the docket for Wednesday.
Can the sheriff's office tell me if Mr. Bentley has a holder from the common police court?
He does, Your Honor.
Okay, that's what I thought. Does he have a schedule? Do you know if he has a hearing date scheduled? Would they know that?
Yes, he's going this Wednesday at 15.
Thank you very much.
And Your Honor, what are the charges that are pending here?
Driving under suspension and an OBI, failure to appear on an OBI. And he did all his community service and he paid some on his fine. He didn't pay at all. He did some of that, but there's something pending in common police on that.
It's a new indictment on possession charges.
Okay. All right, so Mr. Bentley, you're going to be in front of the common police court on the 15th of February, this coming Wednesday. So there's nothing I can do. Let's keep the OR bond, so if they decide to let him go to treatment, then he can go. And then come back at some point after the 15th. How about the 21st? I think you're already here that day.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Mr. Bentley, can you hear me okay, sir? Okay, Okay, I can't hear you, but let's see, maybe I've got you muted, let's see, because there's a lot of background. Okay, how about now, try it again. You're still not coming through.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I got you. So what I'm doing, you have a case in Common Police Court across the street from where you are now. So they are telling the jail not to let you out, so it doesn't matter what I say, that trumps whatever I say. So you have to appear in front of them. I'm agreeable to you going to treatment and going whatever they want you to do. That's a possibility. They may suggest that on Wednesday. I'm agreeable with that. If that's what they order you to do and you're agreeable to doing it, I think that's a good idea. And if you're out, then you need to come to the court in Chesapeake on the 21st, or if you're at an inpatient treatment facility, let them know that you need to communicate with the court on that day, because you got a hearing here, February 21st at 10 o'clock. Of course, if you're still in the jail, I'll see you just like I am now on teleconference. So,
All right.
you understand what you need to do?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bentley, I want to make sure you understand that if you are somewhere inpatient treatment, that you need to let your provider know that you have a court date here Friday. Can he appear virtually, Judge, if there's no issues?
It's not Friday, it's the 21st.
Or 21st, I'm sorry.
It's a Tuesday, the 21st.
Can he appear virtually if he's
Yeah.
in treatment then?
If you're at a facility that has teleconferencing ability, you can appear from the facility just like you are now.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, I think that finishes at the jail. Okay, thank you at the jail.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Oh, that concludes everything. Court's adjourned.